Greetings, comic friends. It's the time of year again when that quarterly mini show comes around my area. And I went and I bought stuff more than I expected. When I went, there were a few things I knew for a fact I was going to get. I knew for a fact. And I would have been happy just getting these things. And then getting out. And the things that I knew I was going to get, I knew were not very expensive. So the last time that I went, there was a vendor there that had some Howard the Duck magazine, the magazine Howard the Duck. And I knew I needed some of them, but I didn't know which ones. I hadn't written down which ones I had, therefore which ones I needed. So I didn't buy any of them. I was fairly confident that the next time it came around, 3 months later, they would still be there. And I'd go back and I'd be prepared, knowing which ones that I needed. So those were the things that I knew I was going to get, and I did get those. There were 4 that I needed out of the set. He had 3 of them, which is pretty good. So I just need 1 more of these. So we had number 3, number 4, yes, and number 7 of the Howard the Duck magazine. I still need a number 5. Which, I mean, I don't think they're difficult to find. These aren't in great shape. I really just got these to read. So, there's a total of 9 of these. I had all the others except for 5. So this puts me just 1 away. So that was my plan. Like, one of these is, well, a couple of these are pretty bad. This one, the number 3, has, you can see, has some chipping right there. The number 4 has like a pretty nasty stain right there. But, I mean, these were essentially, they came to like, I think $4 each. Thereabouts, $4 or $5 each is what it actually came out to. And that, I mean, for reading material, I think that's pretty good. That's pretty good. The number 7's not too bad. I mean, he has some chipping and some color breaks, but I'm not worried. Those are, even in high grade, those aren't really worth anything. I just wanted to be able to read them. So that's what I planned on getting. Of course, I'm going to look around and see what else is there. There was a vendor that had never been there before, and man, he took me to town. Not really in a bad way. I spent quite a bit with him, but his stuff was reasonably priced. I was pretty surprised, given the state of today's market. So I was happy with what I paid for things. So I gave him that money. So this is the first time that I've been to this show since I started trying for a run of Sensational She-Hulk. I was hoping to find a good chunk of those because I think I needed 5 or 6 of them. This guy had 1. No one else had any others, but this guy had 1. He had a number 54. I don't really understand this. This is like some sort of spec key at this point now. This is the first appearance of Immortal She-Hulk. I don't know what that means because the concept of the Immortal Hulk didn't happen until Immortal Hulk. So what does this mean? This is Immortal She-Hulk? I don't know. All I know is that I had to pay more than I probably should have. Not because of his fault. He priced it reasonable for what it was going for in the market, but whatever. It is what it is. So 1 more issue of Sensational She-Hulk down. That's good. But that's all I got for run fillers. They didn't have any of the Transformers that I needed. They didn't have any of the Hulk that I needed, which I didn't expect because I need 1 through 3. didn't expect anything like that to be there. And even if it was, I don't know if I'm in a position to get one of those right now. But for sort of the keys that I got, I think will surprise you, is very DC heavy. I am definitely more of a Marvel person, but the keys that he had that I was interested in were predominantly DC. In fact, out of 8 books, 7 of them are DC and 1 are Marvel. Kind of weird for me. But he had a collection that was just, it was a beautiful, beautiful collection. He was selling these all on consignment, so they were all from a single person that he was selling them for. But this person had a beautiful collection, and their stuff was clean. All of these, I think, are at least sort of like in the 7 and up range. I think I graded them all between 7 and up to 8.5 or so. They're just really, really clean books. I have a Swamp Thing number 3. So this is the first appearance of Abigail Arcane. So I have some good Swamp Thing keys. I have 1 and 2. So I have the House of Secrets. What is it? 72, the first appearance. I have the number 1, so it's his first solo. Number 2 is first Anton Arcane. Number 3 is first Abigail Arcane. So good Swamp Thing key there. I picked up number 9 just because it is such a beautiful Bernie Wrightson cover. I mean, all the Bernie Wrightson covers are beautiful, but this one in particular I think is extremely iconic. He had some other ones, but I kind of had to pick and choose because I was getting a lot from him. So I got this one, and it's in beautiful shape, and this is such a great cover. And I don't want to get into the collecting a Swamp Thing run. At least not right now. It'd be a cool run to have, though. I have all the hard ones. No. Let's see. Swamp Thing Volume 2, or Saga of the Swamp Thing, number 25. This is a cameo of John Constantine. I have his first appearance, which doesn't show up until quite a bit later, but this is his cameo, which I didn't have. Also another beautiful cover. So that pretty much covers it for all the Swamp Thing keys, right? If I have first appearance, Volume 1, number 1, first Anti-Arcane, first Abigail Arcane, and cameo, and first appearance of John Constantine. I mean, that's the Swamp Thing heavy hitters. I can't do it. I can't. Now is not the time. Now is not the time. Let's see. This one I was real impressed with. So some of these DC books are still real reasonable. So I picked up a Justice League of America number 64. This is the first appearance of the Red Tornado. A very reasonable priced book for how old it is, and Red Tornado, not like a super huge character, but he's been around for a good while. He shows up in things. He's a cool character. But his first appearance, and this is a really, really sharp copy. The back of this has a bit of tanning to it, but other than that, there are no spine ticks. The edges are sharp. It's just a really, really beautiful copy, and I was real happy with the price that was on it. With all of these too, this was very reasonably priced for what it is, and I think it's kind of heating up a little bit, so I got it at a good time. Yeah, this collection was just for how sharp all these books are. Some of them need some cleaning, mostly just on the back, which is pretty common with some of your Silver Age stuff. But the fronts are shiny and don't really need much at all. Another Justice League of America, number 73. This is the first appearance of Golden Age Superman in the Silver Age. So Earth 2 Superman shows up. What we know as Earth 2 Superman. It happens in a flashbacky sort of way. It's actually the Red Tornado is talking about, because the Red Tornado was originally a character in the Golden Age and turns into the Red Tornado here. I don't remember his name. So he's originally, that sort of mind is from the Golden Age or Earth 2. So he kind of tells a story from Earth 2 in which Superman appears. So it ends up being the first Silver Age appearance of the Golden Age Superman, which is kind of cool. I do love Earth 2 stuff. Let's see. Brave and the Bold, number 73. This is a minor Aquaman key. It is the first appearance of Volko. So Volko is like Aquaman's, or the Throne's, Atlantis's science advisor, and becomes a regent. He appoints a regent at some point when he is leading or ruling Atlantis. It's just as far as Aquaman goes, it's an important character in the Aquaman mythos. So, and it's in really good. God, this collection is beautiful. There were so many other things I wanted out of there just because they were priced so well and so beautiful. It was real tough. I think I made the right decisions. Maybe he'll be there, in the next 3 months or 3 months from now, hopefully, and I can pick some more stuff out of there. Because there was some stuff there was like, yeah, I kind of want this, but it's already getting to be a bit much. But just a beautiful copy of that. The one Marvel book that I got, Marvel Premiere number 19. This is the first appearance of Colleen Wing. I already have the first appearance of Misty Knight, which is number 21, I want to say. So now I have both Daughters of the Dragon. It's not the first appearance of the Daughters of the Dragon, unfortunately. That's in, I think, a Masters of Kung Fu magazine, actually. But it's the first appearance of Colleen Wing, and then I think it's 21 is Misty Knight. So I have their first appearances, which is great. This was a hole in my collection. I really felt. I have the first Iron Fist. I have Iron Fist 1. I had the Misty Knight. Not having the Colleen Wing is something I've been looking for quite a while, and I was glad that he had that in this condition and for the price. The last one I think is really cool. This is probably the most expensive book that I got today, and it's a beauty, and it's so cool. So this is House of Mystery number 175. So first of all, beautiful Neil Adams cover. But significance here is the first appearance of Cain and Abel. This, the issue before this, 174, is when House of Mystery turns into a horror book, but 175 is the first time Cain shows up to be sort of the presenter of the stories. So Cain is the presenter and runs the House of Mystery. Abel runs the House of Secrets. With this in hand, I really want to get a first appearance of Abel. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. It's presumably House of Secrets something. Probably about the same time as this. But this is just a remarkable copy of this book. I think it's for what's 1968, if I remember correctly. But yeah, just a real beautiful copy of that book. So yeah, I was not expecting to get this much good stuff. I really was like, if I go and I get whatever the Howard the Duck magazines that I knew were there, I'd be okay with that. This new vendor had other ideas for me, apparently. Yeah. So that is it. Let me know your thoughts. For the most part, I've mentioned multiple times, I'm kind of getting out of key issue market because of the way that the market is, and for the most part that holds true. You know, I'm filling these runs that I needed to fill, the Howard the Duck magazine, the Sensational She-Hulk. But when I see, like I said, a lot of these DC books, they haven't spiked like a lot of the Marvel stuff has. They're still kind of in that reasonable range, and I was comfortable with these prices, so I went ahead and got them. You know, again, I wasn't planning on buying any keys, but if they have these at sort of reasonable pre-spike prices, then yeah, I have no problem. I have no problem putting money down for those, especially if it's all stuff that I really enjoy. So that's it. Let me know how you're doing with any sort of cons or key buying or anything like that, run fills and what have yous. So like, comment, subscribe. Please do all that. And of course, don't forget to make yours Titan. This video was brought to you by Titan Comic Pressing. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Titan Comic Pressing LLC.